I remember first time I did a 2017. I did a show with Jordan Brand showcase for All-Star Weekend that came to New Orleans, and it was me, Tank and the Bangers, A Boogie with the Hoodie, and some other artists, and they brought us backstage and was like, "Yo, pick out a pair of Jordans you want," and I was like, "Burr," and I got the Motorsport 4s. Woo! And I still got them. You
gotta put those in the Hall of Fame. They
still got the sticker on the side. I got my name on. I'm like, Lord, I got free Jordans. So I never forget that moment as long as I live, man. Yeah. So I totally understand that feeling.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to My First Kicks. This is episode 215, and this week I bring back another guest that we've had on previously, Alfred Banks. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Hello. Hope all is well.
Yeah, man. It's been a straight long time since you've been. You were one of the first, like, I don't know. I want to say, I think you're around. I don't put episode numbers on, like visual episode numbers. You would have to like look in behind to see it, but we looked at it earlier. You were in 2021 is the last time you were on here.
That's wild, man. That's wild. Time just flies.
Yeah,
but it's good to be back, man. I'm very proud of you. And
that was Zoom interviews too, man.
They
were terrible.
Yeah, but it's all good now, man. We leveled up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was when especially because like for people who are new, because I've had some significant growth as of late, but there's like, it's funny because the beginning part of like the first 100 episodes, I had no video, right?
Yeah.
And then I was just doing straight audio episodes, and I didn't even put them on YouTube. And then episode 100 with Dave Ortiz, I was just like, it's Dave, I got to put it on. So from there, I got the itch to keep putting it on there. But you've been doing a lot, not just talk about me. You've been doing a lot, Like, since 2021.
Yeah, it's been it's 4 years. So yeah, we've done a few things, man. I'm very, very excited, very happy. I'm in a much better space, man, mentally. Music is doing pretty good. You know what I mean? I don't know. What can we say?
I mean, we're gonna have to talk about it. Don't be shy. Don't be
Ask
shy
away,
about
baby.
it.
Let's get it.
But first, let's talk about why you're here, because you rarely come to New York.
Yes.
So what brings you out here?
By the
time this airs,
I got reached out to so I put out a documentary in December. It's called Alfred Banks Standing by Himself, and it's pretty much about my come up and like my grind and like where I'm at right now. And so we put the documentary out. People checked it out. Apparently it made its way up here. Some folks here saw it. And they work in a community center in Manhattan. And they wanted me to go speak to some kids because of, I was homeless at one point.
Yeah.
And things have happened to me. And so they want me to kind of come speak to kids who are of that kind of going through those same circumstances, right? And showing them that you can push through, you can make it if you grind out, put some work in. And so I'm kind of going to help, hopefully speak to those kids and maybe push them in the right direction kind of vibe. So that's what's got me up here in New York. But yeah, I don't come up here often, bro. I'm super excited to come up here on such a good tip. Yeah. And then get to see friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you hit me up. It was like, we got to do this.
Come on, man. I'm not coming to New York and not hitting my people up here, man. That's how we do it.
Yeah. You really think that you can keep watching this episode without subscribing, or leaving a comment? Come on, man. And also, if you've been listening to this episode, leave a review. But back to the episode. Look, you've been doing, especially because of this and recent success with SaxKixAve.
Come on, man.
I gotta slow down as I say.
Come on, man. It's all good. Take your time, SaxKix.
SaxKixAve. You've been doing a lot of press too, So
yeah, man.
What's pushing you to keep doing that? Is
coming back. We back outside. I have a new single that I'm gonna be dropping within the next few weeks. It's called Get Back, featuring my bro Pell. So it's gonna be
shout out Pell, man.
Yes, that's my boy, Global Warming. So we're gonna be dropping some stuff very soon. It's gonna be me popping back out on the solo tip. I got a new I did a show with the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra last year, which is really tight.
Yeah.
And so we got the album coming out with that. And then I have my solo EP coming out as well. So we got a lot of cool things coming. Then SaxKixAve, we have our first live album coming out. And we got a new single version of Arctic. We have a song called Arctic that kind of like jumped for us, putting out a live version of that. So yeah, we got a lot of music coming in the next few months, man. So we back outside, man. That's all it is.
Hey, man, you know, shoot, we met when we were staying inside, so it's crazy.
Pandemic times, you know.
You know, it's real funny because I was like on the way here, I was like reminiscent of just like how we first connected. It was all over Clubhouse. Like,
come on, man.
It's crazy how we have buried that damn app. Like, we were like, we're good. Like, we're never going back.
I don't even know nothing about it. I'm good off that, man. That's why. That was a very much a stamping time.
That's,
sure.
Yo, it's so wild because so many of my interviews have come from like the way when I was first starting. Like, so many of my interviews came from that like era because it was just the best place to just practice, I guess. Like, you spend 8 hours on there talking to people every single day. You might as well translate that into
to some content. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I love talking about, like, I used to get on that app just talk about hip hop, right? And I want to talk about hip hop for an obnoxiously long amount of time.
Yeah,
that was the only place to do it. You know, even the most dedicated hip hop head at some point wants to stop, but those people want to talk about it forever, and that's why I got my hip hop fix. So it was cool while it was, but you know, now we back outside in real life. So.
Were you ever on OK Player? Were you on like?
Nah, that was a little bit before my time.
Yeah,
facts.
That's where we were talking hip hop all day.
Man, look,
all night.
I can only them and Nike talk. You know, those are the two spaces where it was a little bit before me, and I wish I could have been able to indulge.
Shoot, man. I mean, it's crazy because I had like Von P, I don't know, Tanya Morgan,
1,000%.
Don Will and Von P both on, and they were both like our OK Player, like old heads. I want to say, my bad. If you
come back and beat you up, dog. That's crazy.
Questlove is like listening to this, like he's right.
Nah, man, but seriously though, man. Like, those are the spaces where I wanted to be at to kind of like have the conversation I wanted to have about hip hop, about obscure artists and different things like that. And that's where it was for the little time it was. So it's just dope. But glad to have met you on there. And now look at us doing some stuff, you know.
Yo, first, so like before we got in here, you know, we were looking at my piggy races.
Come on, man. What we doing, man?
Come on now. So shout out to Phil and everybody at Unheard Of. You know, they invited me out to Cincinnati. I wanted to tell you on the podcast so you can hear about the experience, but absolutely crazy event. Like, you know, being able to be invited out there and, you know, just thinking about where I first started off of like, you know, the first couple episodes or whatever. And now I'm here to being asked to come out to do like be part of this event is like forever grateful because it's like a once in a life type of like thing for me, you know, because like when you're collecting sneakers, you don't think you just feel like, all right, I just got to keep paying for these for the rest of my life, you know, like I'm part of this thing, and you don't think that you can actually make something around it until you see other people do it, you know, and you know, such like SaxKixAve. Oh my God, I can't say it.
Oh, it's all good. No one can. Nobody can. So
yeah, but it's like it's so wild how we were able to like intergrain our like interest and make it 100%. Actually do something for us too, you know? So, you know, I got to Cincinnati, you met up with a ton of the other sneaker people that you see all around that I'm always posting on. Former guests like Jazz, Jixie Kixie, who's gonna come on again soon this year. Aaron, former guest. KO from ATATF, a former guest. Got to meet with Dez from Nice Kicks.
Yeah, I met him. Super Bowl happened in New Orleans.
Yeah,
I met him.
We're definitely gonna talk about that.
Yeah, talk about it.
I got to link up with Elena from Sneaky Leak.
Hey.
Dope. We had some great conversations. Soon, maybe. And several other people, you know. But the event was so dope. Phil put this together where it was like a friends and family event where you're able to cop the sneakers. It seemed like everybody in the city who's like actively going to Unheard Of was invited as well to cop the sneakers. And then he dropped like just a blue pair that you can only get there.
That's crazy.
And so these are only limited to 1,500 and the blue pair was limited to 1,000. I got to talk to him for a little bit. Hopefully future guest. I don't know if I keep foreshadowing. He's definitely going to be a guest.
100%.
But like he did this in this American Sign Museum, right?
Yes.
And I took a ton of pictures, but like I spent so much time talking to people. Like I was hanging out with Winona Kicks and Dez, and producer D pulled up with me too. So like we were there just like conversating and talking about like to me, I was just like, it's wild. And then some people came up to me, shout out to Dre Sean and Kixology. They came up to me, just like, yo, they listen to the podcast. Absolutely wild to get that,
man.
That's right? Like,
man.
You think, because like I always move, and I mean, we were talking about this earlier as well. Like, I always move like I don't think anybody's listening.
5%, man.
Yeah.
It saves you. It saves you all that weird energy of trying hard or whatever. You just like, man, you know what? I got this thing starting to bubble, but maybe you never heard of it. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
But then you get it leads up for nice surprises.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know me. Oh, that's really dope, man.
I like that, because like for me, realizing that people are listening is more of like a shock. Like not of like the happy surprises is cool.
Awesome.
But the shock of like, wow, people actually are really listening, and I'm grateful for everybody that's listening, and I'm sure you're grateful as well for all your listeners too, man.
It'd be so wild, like especially with like SaxKix, like listening to fans like say the words back to me.
Yeah,
it's just like, whoa. You are saying the words back. What is going on here? Or like, do you do like I seen a couple of videos. You do the standing, like you just stand there. Not in real life. Not in real life. Well, come to the show and you'll see.
That's what I'm saying. I see it like you have done.
So yeah, we mess around with it.
Yeah,
like we try to. So it brings the familiarity, but then we break right out of it and get into the bag. But we definitely like try. I try my best to, now that I know people are like actually listening and repeating and using our words as captions and stuff. I'm like, okay, now I'm like thinking more about what I put into the bars more than ever. So it's super fun. But no, I totally feel that, man. Where it's like you put some work in. And I remember first time I did 2017. I did a show with Jordan Brand showcase for All-Star Weekend that came to New Orleans. And it was me, Tank and the Bangers, A Boogie with the Hoodie, and some other artists. And they brought us backstage and was like, yo, pick out a pair of Jordans you want. And I was like, burr. And I got the Motorsport 4s.
Woo!
And I still got them. You
got you got to put those in the Hall of Fame. They're going
they still got the sticker on the side. I got my name on. I'm like, Lord, I got free Jordans. So I never forget that moment as long as I live, man. Yeah. So I totally understand that feeling for sure.
I mean, it's crazy, man. Like, yeah, I to be honest, I took the tag off of my bag because the bag that Phil made for these kicks were gigantic. I'll show you a picture after. But the event was crazy, man. Like seeing old signs. I don't know if you ever been to like a sign museum, like an American sign museum. Next time you're in Cincinnati,
go. By the way, I go there all the time. Shout out to my boy Santino Corleone. It's my dog out there. Nah, Cincinnati's lit.
Yeah. I love it. Next time you're out there, well, you say you hit.
I go to Unheard of too a lot actually. Yeah, for sure.
But make sure you check out that American Sign Museum because it's like, I'll show you some pictures and I'll put a little bit on my Instagram. But they had they had a gas station like setup, like the old school gas station with the pumps and all that. Yo, they had old McDonald's signs. They had like
old McDonald's. Was it a farm? Or?
Nah, there was no farm there. But KFC, they had all the seasonings, every single original recipe.
Wow, that's tough.
It's crazy.
That's tough.
That's crazy. I wish I knew more like niche Cincinnati spots because I would like to see those like specific. Like
I think it's like a chili spot that's like
niche. Ben's Chili Bowl.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
no. Ben's Chili Bowl is Skyline Chili.
Skyline Chili. That's what it is.
My bad.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, you about to get both of us beat up. That's crazy. Yeah, Skyline, man. Every time I go there,
DMV is about to come out for me, man.
Every time they hit me, every time I go there, I go to Skyline and to get some food. Yeah, it's super dope, man. I
didn't grab any Skyline because it was in and out. I was in Friday and I bounced out Saturday. So I can't take a chance of, I don't know if you go to the bathroom on the plane like that.
I mean, yeah, but not for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah, there's a line. There's a
very hard line that we don't cross ever.
Cause I can, bro. 1,000%. Oh my god, it has to be dire. It has to be straight dire. I would literally sit there and like,
it's a situation.
Yeah, I just be like, no, I just got.
I've had food poisoning on a
plane.
Yeah, flying home from where was I flying home from? I think I was flying home from Chicago or something, and I had food poisoning. That is the worst because food poisoning sucks because like I don't know about you, but when I'm sick like that, I want to move. I want to roll around. I can't do none of that. So I'm in the middle seat.
No.
In between two people, having to get up and do all kinds of crazy. It was wild. I was like, man, like this is the worst.
At one point, they didn't be like, all right, you could take the aisle seat.
Yeah, it did.
I was
actually.
gonna say
At the end, towards the end of the flight, it was like, yo,
I would have been like from the jump.
Nah, it was an hour and a half flight. It was a connector from Chicago to somewhere and somewhere back to the spot. Long story short, yeah, they showed love 40 minutes when the flight was over. It was like, come on, man. Yeah, so
and you get dehydrated, so you're like, let me get some water.
Bro, they was at some point the lady with the flight attendant was
kind of like bottle?
She's giving me water, bro, like showing love. They gave me this thing that apparently was like this thing that's supposed to like it's like this spice that you crunch on, it's supposed to fix your stomach, and it didn't work. It was a lot going on back.
They got like army shit up there. Because that sounds like something they give to the army.
The flight attendant herself had it.
Oh, okay.
You know, she was
honestly, I feel like, if you're on a plane, they gotta have some like, all right, this person got like nausea.
I'm sure.
We got you, bam, it's gone.
I'm sure. But they didn't lace me. So I had to thug it out. You know what I'm saying? They tried to do everything they could without giving me the stuff that worked, and I thugged it out. So.
Yeah. We didn't make a reference, but if you like I said in the beginning, Alfred, this your second time on here.
Yes.
So go back and shoot. If you can withstand not watching us on video, definitely go back to his first appearance on here. We talked about his journey in New Orleans. You told me not to go to New Orleans because you said it stink.
Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street's crazy. But everywhere else is beautiful.
We also talked about his first pair and the pair he absolutely needed to have, which are the Terminator Swagger Terminators.
I got them now. So
and yeah, for real. He also pulled out a pair of Red Octobers, if I remember correctly.
Oh Lord, man. Different time, buddy. Different time.
But it's like you've grown so much, right?
Sure.
Like in the beginning, like we were all still trying to figure out what we were gonna do.
100%.
Like, right. So I definitely want to hear about from that last moment we had that conversation to basically now, like, what was that? Where is there moments in your life where you're just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing? Is there like, catch me up?
So around that time, 2021, man, my day job had closed. I lost 60 shows, and my 7-year relationship ended. So my whole world just came from under me, right? So that's 2021. Around that time, I just dropped a project called One Guy Standing by Himself.
Yeah.
Which was shaking me back. Like people were buying it, showing love, supporting. We was on the cover of some local magazines back home in the city, which was cool. My first time doing that. And in 2022, 2023, that's right around the times I kind of jumped in with SaxKixAve pretty heavy. And so did Albert. And I want to know where the inspiration for it came from. So what happened was, Albert was in a band called Tank and the Bangers, right? And he was a saxophone player, flute player. And I toured with those guys in like 2018.
Yeah.
I was under their management. And so
the band, I'm trying to remember. You did a bunch of shows because I remember seeing you performing with a band, but like it was under one name. It was like, it wasn't like with Alfred Banks. It was like,
how many people were in the band? Did you?
I'm trying to remember. It was like a full band.
It was a stage. It's either Soul Rebels or it's Tank and the Bangers.
Okay.
But 9 times it was probably Tank and the Bangers.
Okay.
I toured with them pretty extensively. And so
it's my bad. No, were you like an added piece to it? Where
I was just opening up the tour. Okay. So it was like,
so then why would like you were? If you're part of the opening, I thought you were part of with the band, like you were rapping.
So what happens is like, especially on that run. So both Soul Rebels and me. So it depends on who you're talking about. But
I feel like it might be Soul Rebels.
But if we're talking about Tank and the Bangers, what happened was we would like, it was Tank and the Bangers headline, and I was the opener. And then at the end of their set, they would bring me up to like freestyle or do whatever I was going to do. So that's kind of like how I got on stage with them, kind of vibe. But we're hanging backstage. I'm talking with Albert. Albert is just like, funny I was like, man, this dude is hilarious, man. Who is this guy? And so we're both closer in age, so like we have a lot in common in that regard. We're completely different people, but like we have a lot of similarities. Yeah. And Tavia, our old manager, was like, yo, y'all should get in the studio. Albert makes beats. You rhyme. Y'all should like make some stuff. We get in the studio and we laugh for like 3 hours before we even started making music. And I was like, yo, this dude is really funny, man. He's quick. I'm throwing like darts. He's throwing them right back. I'm like, okay. He got the sarcasm down. He quick with it. I'm like, all right. I rock with this dude. We started making some music. It felt real good. I was like, man, like, I really like creating with this dude, man. So I was like, yo, you want to make this a thing? And we kind of like made it a thing. We probably do like a one-off thing, put out a project. It's something to do during the pandemic. Once pandemic's over, we'll get right back to what we was doing. It's all love. Yeah. Well, then what happened was we put out the first project. I Don't Wear Suits. People started jamming it. 2022, we put out Nectarine Pills, right? 2022, 2023, we put out a project called Nectarine Pills. It started kind of doing well. We had a song called Kaleidoscope with Pell that kind of did well. A song called Cheeks off of I Don't Wear Suits that kind of did well. And then 2023 happened, man. Like we were doing the Abbott and Costello thing, doing a lot of skits. Yeah. And then one day I was like, yo, man, we need to like do stuff that's more like, you know, like music related. So like you play sax, I rap. Yeah. So you play, I'm gonna find a beat, let's just rap over it. I rhyme over it, you play sax over it. It's familiar to people, maybe they like it, whatever, put it out. And it just felt good to do. And then we had a video just kind of went, it was I rapped over the Wii Sports boxing thing.
Yes, that one crazy.
And that one went viral on TikTok. And it just kind of went from there and then rapped over the All That theme song.
That one, I love that one.
That was good. So it didn't just got crazy. It was so many. So that's what happened, man. Like we just kind of like fell into something beautiful. And then we just put out our new album, Terrell Charbonneau, that's doing super well right now. And people are checking it out and jamming it.
What's the name?
It's called Terrell Charbonneau.
Is that like somebody you know?
So my middle name is Terrell. His middle name is Charbonneau.
Oh, that yo. I was like, you just named it. Like, yeah, he's just my best friend.
Yeah, it's like my dog.
Yeah,
like, he helped me move that one time.
I mean, look, that's a fire name. If you were like, all right, I'm gonna redo my whole rap career. I'm gonna come out like I don't know. Like a grindcore rapper or something, like I don't know.
Hey yo, Terrell Charbonneau. Yeah. Dead ass. Like we definitely like, because the album is like us, right? Yeah, and we wanted a way for it to like, we want the album title to sound smooth and sophisticated, but be us, Terrell Charbonneau. And the album's doing very well. We just put out the deluxe. We got Big Freed on there. Who we got on there? We got Big Freed on there. My man Crucial from Global Warming. We got. Oh man, who's Mac from No Limit? That was a big dream come true for me. My oldest brother Landis would be like so excited for that. So Mac, we got Big Frida. Who else we got on that bad boy, man? We got a few. I'm forgetting, but we got a few folks on the album.
Make sure you tap in.
Definitely. But long story short, that's how SaxKixAve came about. It was started off as a side thing. Yeah, and then it became way more than a side thing. So it's really tight.
While doing that, you're also pursuing your music as 1,000%. Well, like, right? So, how do you balance the two? And I'm gonna ask a sneaker question too. Okay. Are you also collecting sneakers as well at the same time? Because I feel like you're just busy.
Say, bro, I buy way too many shoes. Yeah. It's like obnoxious at this point.
Yeah, but you saving. I'm
a thrifter.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like thrift. I don't. If it ain't. The last,
I'm waiting for that album to come out. Big Thrift.
Come on, hey yo. I'm trying to think like what's the last full. To answer your question, yeah. What was your question? It was
So how do you balance? Yes. So how do you balance? How do you balance
the
both?
balance, man? It's. I have to like, I give them both the time they need, right? So like, with Albert, we link up like 2 days a week, to create, whether it's videos or something or to make some music. So when I'm in SaxKix mode, I'm in SaxKix mode. Like we just had a meeting yesterday morning about some stuff and some publishing stuff, and like that's SaxKix time. But then right when that meeting ended, I jumped on a meeting about Alfred Banks. So it's like I just engage in it as it comes, whatever it is. So if it's SaxKixAve, we just put the energy towards that. And if it's solo, then we put the energy towards that. Like right now, I'm on a solo trip doing some stuff. So he's back at the crib doing whatever he's doing. So like doing stuff with SaxKixAve. So like that's kind of how I do it. I just like do it as it comes along. Like if it's something that's solo, then we rock out. If it's SaxKix and me and my dog rock out type of vibe. And yes, I'm collecting shoes the whole time because I'm going to all these different cities. Like tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have a few hours off and I'm gonna go thrift. And I'm gonna go see what I can get. You know what I mean? So
I'll give you some spots.
Please do.
Yeah.
So like that's what we on, man. Definitely trying to like just keep the balance there because I can't really like stay in one thing for too long. I have to move around because that's just how my brain works. I start to feel claustrophobic and I get weird. So like I need to do some SaxKix energy and then do some solo Alfred Banks stuff and then do some stuff with other bands and other, ghost writing for people or doing whatever, writing hooks for people and stuff. So I'm all over the place with that, man. I enjoy that, being busy type.
Do you? I mean, at what point did you say, "Oh, snap! Music is actually paying for me"?
Man,
my life
around like 2016 when I did the Volkswagen commercial. So Volkswagen, the Polo, which is the European version, I think that's their Jetta. They licensed my song "Homecoming." And that was the first 5-figure check I ever got from rap.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that was nice. So that was the moment I was like, whoa, you can make money from this thing. And being able to do that a little bit more often. And then we just got the Peloton commercial that just popped yesterday. So it's like, okay, people are cutting check. This is cool. But it took about 12 years before we got to a space where, well, obviously, if I'll be honest with you, I only quit my job because of the pandemic.
Right, yeah.
The store closed down. Like, if it wasn't for that, I'd probably still be working there. But I definitely am glad that I jumped out. I've been full-time 4 years now. It's been great. But between the Homecoming license, the Peloton license, we had a song in a TV show called The Crossovers, a Disney Plus show. So we definitely working in that regard, and then I tour very frequently and putting out music. People stream it, people check it out. So, things are pretty cool. I'm not mad.
I love that. It's funny because now we were talking about thrifting, and we try to find finds in Burlington and Marshalls, right? Yo. So let me tell you about yesterday, man. Okay. I go to Burlington yesterday because I'm looking for a gift for my mom for her birthday. Shout out, mom, but and your moms too. But so I'm at Burlington and I'm like, let me go look at the sneakers section. You never know, you might find something.
You gotta go take a peek,
right? So I'm looking and they got Sabrina's. They got the midnight color is like the purple joint.
What?
Fire, but they're size 17. Oh, of course, right? So I'm there. But I'm rocking like I'm rocking my beater Jordan 4s, the winterized Jordan 4s, or just whatever for them. So I'm standing, I'm just looking through the rack, and this guy's like, I just hear it out the corner of my ear, or I hear it in my ear. Hey, yo. And I'm like, is that like my headphones or something? Because I'm listening to somebody talking in my headphones. And he's like, hey man, you. And I was like, me? And I look, and he's just like, he goes, I see you wearing Jordans. Can you tell me what these are? And he has like a pair of LeBron Zoom Generations. Bro, they were fire, right? They were fire. It was a pair of Zoom Generations. They were just like, I don't know, it had like designs on the side. It was the Cleveland colorway. What? I've never seen them. Clean. And he goes to me, he's like, you look like you know about sneakers. And I didn't want to be like, I got a podcast. I'm literally talking about sneakers every day, bro. And I didn't want to say that because I don't want it to be open a can of worms. So then he's like, you wearing Jordans? Do you know, are these legit? And I'm like, yeah, they're legit, bro. He's like, I've never been in here. Everything I've seen is just, it looks like garbage. Oh, wow. But yeah, he's like, because I'm like, I guess he's never stepped foot in the Burlington. Yeah, and he's like, so I just want to know if these are legit. And I'm just like, they're legit, bro. Like, you're good. Like, you gotta steal right now because they were $40. And I'm like, you gotta steal.
That's tough.
And he's like, then now I'm offended because he goes, I know. And if you're wrong, I know where to find you. I'm like, what?
Where does threatening me come from? Like,
bro,
just buy the shoes and go.
Yo, you gotta wait on that long ass line at Burlington. Why you
coming at my top? Yo, what's going on?
That was ridiculous, bro.
That's hilarious.
I'm glad I got to tell you that story because I was holding on to that one for a minute. Not a minute, a day, basically.
That's actually really funny. It's like it goes from this harmless sneaker conversation to, well, I'm gonna harm you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like, nah, man. But that shoe is crazy though to be in there. Yeah. Shouts to Marshalls and Ross for having size 19s though. They just always have them. And like, I want to say who has that, but like,
what NBA player is gonna be like, you know what? Let me go to Marshalls.
Let me go pull up the Marshalls right quick, see what they talking about. Like, who's buying size 19s, bro?
You walk into just a random Marshalls on 34th Street, it's just like, Carl Anthony Towns? What are you talking about?
Why don't you just reach out to the brand you're sponsored by to get shoes? Why are you in Marshalls?
They're like, nah, I got to go to Marshalls, man. $40, you know?
Sure.
Like, all right, cat.
Sure, dude.
And then he got to wait on that long line too.
Man, now all you got to do is just step over everybody like, excuse me, y'all.
I play for the Knicks.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I mean, like, that's crazy, man.
Man, I mean, look, it's just the journey with sneakers is always going to be crazy, you know, like
1,000%.
What have you, I mean, now that the expenditures have widened a little bit, what have you picked up? Has anything been in the crosshairs? I'm very curious if you've even bought anything like that's caught your eyes like recently, where it's like you really had to have it.
I had those. I got those Futura SBs that came out with that last year.
Yeah.
I won a raffle for those, which is funny. And the place I get SBs from, I don't normally have to do the raffle, but I did it because they were like, "Dude, we want to lace you up, but could you just do the raffle, man?"
You hear that flex? Nah, that was a big flex. Yeah, I don't got to do the raffle.
I don't, but like I did it to show love. But I got the Futuras. What have I gotten recently that was crazy? I've been buying a lot of like real low key stuff. I just got these probably about 3 weeks ago. The Isabel Moran Chuck Taylors.
Very clean.
Yeah, super. You know what I mean? Little joint, little fuzzy joint.
I'm still mad at myself because I didn't buy is it Joshua Vitas? Where there was a designer shoe, a designer Converse, and then they put like, you know that suit you wear to paint a house?
Facts.
Oh, they put it on top.
Yes.
The Vitek joint.
I got those still saved in my phone.
I need those, yo.
You probably get them for like $60.
I know. I gotta get them. I gotta get them.
The shroud. They got the hose.
They got the.
Man, that's hard. You gotta get them, B.
Because I wanted to get them and then like take like a sandpaper and then like.
That's hard. Them joints is fire.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good shoe. That's so crazy. I wanted those shoes too. I'm gonna go get those shoes now that you say them. Say that. What have I gotten recently? I got these. I got the I've been going to a lot of like Converse outlets. I got the Pata joints, the red, white, and blue joints.
I got those too with the arrows on the side.
Yeah,
right?
I got those. I'm for like $20, super crazy.
I mean, I got them with the discount. Shout out to the homie with the discount. And you still paid less than me.
Come on, man. Hey, man. Hey, I be hunting, dog. But what have I gotten recently that's like crazy? I got a pair of the Reebok. No.
Toby's?
No. Oh, that's actually next on my list.
Yeah.
Yo.
Those are crazy. Them preseason lows or whatever they're calling that model. Fire.
You know, it's funny. I don't like all black shoes.
Yeah.
You
want the black one? Oh,
no, man. I want the joints. But I'll do the black ones because they crazy too, bro. Like, it's such a good shoe. I want them. That's real honestly, man. Like, it's not. I was looking at the SB4, the blue one. I was looking at the Brick by Bricks. I thought those were cool. But like, I don't know, man. It's got to move me. And that stuff don't move me right now. I'm more of a Reebok, Converse, you dig, ASIC guy or something like that.
You off of Nikes?
If it ain't a Tech, if it ain't a Air Stab, if it ain't some weird trainer, like a Air Span or like a, you know what I'm saying? Like that type vibe or Mac Attack or something, I'm kind of off it, bro.
Is there a shoe that like eventually when you go crazy,
facts,
right?
The Air Mac,
like you that's you rocking it at shows. I'm talking about.
What? Yeah. Yes, I am. The 2015 one though.
Okay, so not the one with the lights.
No,
not the one with the adapt. Adapt. No, adapt.
We need the 20. Yeah. That's the joint. Yeah, they like 60, 75 maybe.
They would be cheaper than the.
No. So the 2011 was the one they put out, but it was a costume.
So you're saying
one.
My bad. You want the ones with adapt.
Yes, I want the ones that's like the movie, the 2015 one.
Yeah,
them joints go for like 60, 75 of them joints.
I don't know if I could, because like, yes, I love that shoe, but I definitely think it's like you keep it like to rock it though, like Pete Davidson rocket in the streets.
Got to.
I don't know, man.
Got to.
I don't know if I could do
That's
it.
like I'm not really a big flexer. Every now and again, I'll do something to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, let them know what time it is.
Yeah.
Like, I pull out, like, you know, Off-White one or something like that. You know, it's whatever. The SB4, I do got the green joints, so like the Futuras, whatever, right? But for the most part, dog, I'm super chill. But that shoe, I'm wearing that with my Rollie. I'm wearing, if whenever I finally get one, I'm wearing that with the, you know what I'm saying? I got to put out everything I got. Like, because right now, my big flex shoe is my Mason Margiela Reebok Classics.
Okay.
Those are my joints, right? I wear those like becoming beaters now. I wear them all the time, you know? So that's like my little flex shoe. Like, if you know, you know.
Mason Margiela Converses. Yes.
Tell me more.
Crazy. You never seen them?
No, tell me
Bro,
more.
They came out 2014, I think it was, and they painted over the Converse High.
Okay.
And then it's different colors on the under it.
Oh,
so
that's
like
tough.
as it cracks, you see different.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah. See, that's what I'm on, bro. Yeah. I'll keep it a bug with you, man. I've been kind of like not really rocking with Jordan lately. Like, again, the Brick by Bricks, the story was crazy.
Yeah.
That made that shoe, right? The shoe looks great, but the story is nuts.
I own it. So yes, I love it. I
the
love that shoe.
SB4 is tough, the blue one.
Yeah.
I almost got them them PRM joints that Sylvester was showing love to. Because I was like, it's a new model.
For RM4.
RM4, right? Or for what? But them joints are kind of cool. But dog, I don't see nothing, bro. If it ain't the Jordans I wear or the ones I've had, it's got to be something like, you know, like if it's like a Sneaker Politics joint or something like back. Shouts to Sneaker Politics.
Yo, shout out Sneaker. Yo, they did their Babe collab was so dope.
When did they do Babe, bro? Oh, yes, they did do a Babe. I'm wigging.
And yes, the Asics too. The Dare Asics was absolutely fire.
So the one that they did for Veterans Day,
yeah.
I have those at the house where you could like kind of take the like little name tags, Velcro off. I got them joints. They did that the blue, red, green, like low top what is that? Not the Campus. What is that joint? I forget the model name. But that joint is fire. I got the Reebok ventilator that they did back in like that's like 2013, I want to say.
Yeah.
Them Reebok pumps they did some years. Yo, they got some sleepers, bro.
They got some sleepers. Shout out Sauce Pandan, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know,
and the whole team at Politics, they're dope, man.
Those my guys, my love to death, man. So yeah, like if it's something like that, I'm rocking, you know. But for the most part, bro, like I'm thrifting. I'm at the outlets, like I'm doing that, cause like, you know, you got a little something, but I don't want to spend it. So like I'm on some.
I also feel like, you know, doing thrifting in the South is a lot more rewarding, because out here,
I know it's just I'm gonna see
slim pickings, man.
I can imagine, but also like what y'all consider slim pickings would be like a harvest for somebody like me, right?
I understand that, but I think it's out here, the thrifting, like the art of thrifting, I feel like is absolutely gone. Like you're not gonna walk into a Goodwill and find stuff, because everybody knows what it is now. Everybody like you know what I'm saying? So it's facts. Like you can't like walk into a donation store, you know? Like, so I was recently, there's a spot by where I work, and I think the best places to thrift are like church donation spots, right? Because they're not trying to, they're just trying to make money to keep the church open. So they're not trying to beat you in the head for anything, because they don't know what they got, right? So you walk in, and I'm like, I walk in and it's like downstairs, and they're only open for like 3 or 4 days or whatever. I'm like, cool. I walk in, and then I'm like, yo, they got like, cause it's in a rich neighborhood. Like I'm talking about like brown, like houses in lower Manhattan, right? So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna find something crazy in here, right? I go in there, I find I think there was a Burberry trench.
Oh, that's
there,
tough,
right?
Yo,
and they wanted Burberry price.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that now.
Yeah. So I went in there and I'm like, yo, I was like, isn't this like a church? Like, what is going on? And I look, and they're like, they are really appraising the stuff. They're looking it up and finding how much it costs. So yeah, that Burberry trench was like, I think they were trying to get like $900 for it, because they had all the designer stuff behind them.
Oh,
so it wasn't even on the. It wasn't even on the racks.
It's really different.
Yeah. So yeah, people know now.
Damn.
It's not like how it was before.
It's crazy. Like, you know, whenever I come up like to the Northeast, like I play shows in Boston, I play shows in Philly and stuff like that. The Northeast always has like some of the coolest stuff, and the coolest stuff to someone like me who doesn't always come across that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe my travels I do, but just saying from where I'm from, I don't come across that.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, like you got the blah blah blahs or whatever, you know. But now that you're saying that, like the internet has really just exposed everyone to, and everyone's Googling now, it takes away the hunt. So it's like now you just have to be able to afford it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Which doesn't really do it for me.
Right. Yeah. Like, cause like so. Shout out to the wrestling group. I mentioned them before on here, and it's funny because they were like, I have a little group chat where we're all into wrestling, so we talk about it. But a couple of people in there, My favorite wrestler of all time?
Yeah.
The Rock, and then after that is Chris Jericho. But Chris Jericho's starting to go down now because of what's happening. Starting.
That boy's Jesus Christ, man. Anyway.
Yeah. But like vintage wrestling shirts.
Yes.
I don't know why.
$600, $8,100.
Yeah. What is going on? Like, I remember I bought a Rock shirt when I was 15 off the street. And that same shirt right now is going for like $500. It's the one where it's like, it's the cartoon one where he had remember the tattoo before he did it over? He had that big in the middle and it just said The Rock. And I remember buying that and being like, yeah, I'm killing it right now.
You on it. Yeah, now that same shirt is like
$500.
You can pay your light bill 4 times over with it. It's
crazy.
Yeah, I don't, those are the type of spaces like I don't like going into, you know, because if it's like a wrestling shirt is $600, then even their lower end stuff is still high.
Right.
Because like I need to like, my favorite thing is walking into a store that has shoes that, you know, pre-owned, couple little whatever, but they got like a $50 to like $150 section. Yeah. That's my sweet spot. Because those are the shoes that they don't find important, but I'm pretty sure I will.
Right, yeah.
Weird general.
It just says Nike.
Boom, right? Or just some weird GR shoe that came out in 2009.
Right.
Nobody cared about. It's like, yes, let me get them because I remember them being on the wall and I couldn't afford them. Let me get them. You dig? Or whatever the case may be. So like, if I walk in and I see the shoes wrapped in plastic, I'm probably about to turn around. I ain't gonna lie to you, King. I ain't gonna rock with it. If I see the shirts with the little plastic shroud over it, I'm gonna head on out. I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail, as Peter Griffin would say. We don't play none of them games. I'm not about to spend $600 for a shirt that probably won't last another year.
Yeah, for real.
I'm Gucci.
That moth was part of.
Come on, man, showing love, man. Oh yeah, the moth wings kind of is part of the design now. Nah, we don't play none of them games, man.
Yo, I went into this one vintage shop and I knew the price was gonna be outlandish. Yo, I went to this one vintage shop, like, and I'm like, they just had, it was big. Like it was like a legit storefront, like big. And then you walk in and it's just a bunch of like vintage clothes on the sides. And I'm like, it's too spacious for vintage right here. Right. And I walk in, right. And then
sign number 1.
Yeah. I walk in and then I picked up, they had like a corn shirt. So basically, what they had was shirts on one side and then jeans on the other side, right? And so I looked at the shirts and I'm noticing, I'm like, oh, it's like Spice Girl, you know, Korn, Aerosmith, all that, right? And I'm looking, I'm like, as I keep going down, I'm like, why is the price getting higher and higher? And then the shirt that I picked up and I was like, I can't believe they're trying to sell this, was a shirt that has so many holes in it. It was barely holding on to the hanger and they wanted like $800 for it. And that's vintage now, bro. In Midtown, man.
You plays none of them games, B. I really hope somebody buys this shirt, put that thing right back where it was. And I'm gonna go down to this other store that has their mind right. Cause what's going on? I'm not trying to pay $800 for a rice strainer. What are we doing, man? This is wild business, man.
It's
like y'all
crazy,
killing me,
man.
dog. Like, nah, a fly will fly in and be like, yo, this shirt is crazy.
Yeah. A moth would be like, nah, I can't even get a piece of this.
Come on, man. Like, yo, who y'all got all these leftovers in here? What's going on?
Crazy,
nah, for real.
Man.
But seriously though, I'm not a fan of that. And I do understand now that thrifting has kind of become like very trendy. I'm waiting for that bubble to pop. Just like, you know, I'm starting to see the SB bubble pop, which is cool. I was telling somebody the other day that like I walked into, there's a store in New Orleans called Humidity Skate Shop. Shout out to Humidity, my guys.
Shout out.
They got all SBs. Well, they got like 6 pair of SBs on the wall now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
It's looking like 2009 again. Yes. Like I think that bubble's about to pop. They're putting out way too many shoes, bro.
Yeah, they're in general. And then now we got tariffs and that's a whole other other thing. So I think we're gonna see a lot of stuff sitting, man. Like it's gonna be, stock is about to go crazy down. Like it's gonna be scarcity on scarcity at this point, but we'll see.
It's an unfortunate situation, but I do hope that somehow maybe the real heads can benefit from it. You know what I mean? If it's something you truly want, you're gonna get it instead of just buying, hoping it'll get you some clicks or some likes or get you some clout or something.
Nah, yeah. I think we're shifting. I think I wouldn't say the real sneakerheads, but I think it's the sneakerhead, the people that are really enjoying this. Like now they're consciously buying, because I think we were in a moment where we had to get it. We got before it sells out. But now it's like, oh, this will sit, like it's fine, and then it'll actually sit, and then you can go after your metallic 5s because you're just like, oh, I think this might go crazy. Or you can go after your cool gray 9s because you're like, because we're back in that, I feel like we're back in that era of where the sneakerheads, and then we have the division now, the sneakerheads and then the hood classics, because anything that the hood is going to come out for, you know, sneakerheads aren't really necessarily going for. Facts. Like they're just like, oh, I could wait for something else, or like a GR that I feel like I can really want, 100%. You know? So just an interesting time. And I think, I don't know if we'll see content that will dictate that either. Cause you know, I feel like content is going to be widespread. Facts. For like, they're just trying to grab as many people as possible. And in order to do that, you just got to have the next thing that comes out. Right. So we're not going to see a lot of variety in that.
You know? I did go through a phase where like I was on some like real, I kind of want to just cop. I want to just cop and just like gluttonous and kind of more like, you know, quantity over quality. But then like I kind of snapped to my senses and was like, nah, man, like we got to curate, you know, I don't like that word, but like we have to like kind of create more excellence instead of like, I got buku shoes. Right, it's like, it's not about that. It's like, what do you have in your collection? Like what does this mean to you kind of vibe? Quality
over quantity is what you're trying to say.
And so for me, like when I look at like people that, and you know, everybody they eat how they eat, but I feel like if people are just like doing stuff just to grab, it's just like, okay, man, like I'm good. Like I'm good. I'll fall back off that. That's not my bag. And I've never really been that guy, dude. Like I was wearing SBs when it wasn't cool. Right. I was wearing, you know what I'm saying, patent leather sneakers when you get ribbed for that. I was wearing skinny jeans when you wasn't supposed to wear those, right? So like I've always kind of just been against the grain. So when I see people, you know, one thing there's you know, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna play it nice. But let's just say there are certain shoes that lets me know you're not a real sneakerhead, you a clout chaser. Okay. These gold shoes.
I do have pushback on that. I will say,
What is it?
I will say there's always people that, I mean, I think the entry that a lot of people have succumbed to is buying the hype shoe.
The hype shoe?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But if you're only just doing that.
I don't disagree with that, right? But morality comes into play. And what I'm talking about has to do with a shoe, but has nothing to do with a shoe. Okay. It's the specific gold shoe that came out a couple years ago that a person who has no at all any interest in the sneaker world whatsoever, and cats were like on it because it was a hot topic, right? And it's like, you're killing me, Smalls.
Listen, I wish. So I had this like, I don't know, when I run, because I run every morning. I think I have like these like scenarios in my head, and I was thinking like, what if I was the one that was like, yo, I get to go to SneakerCon and I get to be in that back room to be like, yo, you get to take a picture with Trump. I would have been like, nah, we good, bro. Like, I would have been like, okay. I think I would have done the sleeper cell thing and get dragged out by Secret
Service.
Secret Service. There we go.
You're my guy.
Because I would have been there. I would have been like holding it, and then I would have just chucked it at his face and be like, "You ain't shit." Like you causing all this shit.
35 different 100 reasons.
Yeah, bro.
But specifically in this moment, this ugly ass shoe. This shoe looks awful.
It looks terrible.
Like, let's not like
it's Alibaba, AliExpress.
Come on, man.
2000%, bro. And people are buying it, bro. People are buying it. This man is a merch machine.
It broke my heart when I saw certain people. It's like, yo.
Yeah. And then everybody's trying to make justifying. They were trying to justify it. They were like, "Hey, we were paid to do it."
Capitalism, man, will ruin us all.
Yeah, man,
it'll ruin us all. But anyway. So those are the type of things that like I see. Like, you know, if you jump into that clout chase kind of energy too far deep, then you're in that space, and that kind of ruins everything. No matter what space you're in. But yeah, man, I'm just over here buying like Nike tailspins, man.
Crazy
air spans
tailspins
and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm cooling, bro. I don't do too much.
I mean, look, I think that it's good to have a lane that you want to be in, right? Especially within sneakers, because we're in this era of like, we're coming out of an era of everybody just buying everything. So like now, how do you? I've been big on saying this because like a lot of people come to me and be like, "Yo, I want to start a podcast. How do you do this?" Or like, and I've always been the person that's like, even back when I was collecting heavy in 2000s, like people would ask me and be like, "Yo, what shoe do I start with?" I'm just like, find something that you love. And if that's your lane, don't let anybody push you out of it. Like if you're like, I only like these specific Asics. I only like the omnibus, whatever they're called, the Omni 10.1s or whatever. Then and you only want to cop that. Don't let anybody be like, why you don't have any Jordans? Like just do your thing. You are being different. That is what this culture was very based on, right? We were always, when you got into sneakers, it was just to stand out as much as you can, right? With as little money that you had, right? Because the whole fit can be Old Navy, and you spent $20 because you went on a sale at Labor Day. You was like, I'm cleaning up right now,
Talk
right?
about it, man.
You looking clean though, and then the shoes you're like, yo. Now I was able to spend, because I save all this money on Old Navy. Now I'm able to spend, $150 on a pair of, SBs that I think are crazy. Yeah. So,
yeah, like that type of energy, I've always kind of implemented. And so to be where I'm at sneaker wise is crazy. Speaking, you talk about those. I got reached out to during Super Bowl was in New Orleans this year, and I got to perform at the Super Bowl, which is still like, what?
Yeah.
That was wild. Like a full set. It's crazy. Anyway, so
it's crazy, man. I seen the pictures, man. It's crazy,
bruh. Like, I'm not like. I'm a real emo person. I'm super emo. So I'm always like reflective and reflecting and in reflection about stuff. And man, I was just sitting there the next morning. I was just like, that was a Sunday, obviously. And then that next Monday morning, I was just laying in bed like, dog, I just played the Super Bowl. But that crowd was huge. They loved it. It was right in front of Superdome. We performed. And then this band called Sweet Crew performed. And then the event happened, the pre-show. And then Kendrick played. That was it. There was only like 4 sets.
Yeah.
And we were like, what do you mean, bro?
Yeah.
But that's not even, that's a life flex, but I had to say that.
No, you needed to, man.
But But what was cool was about 3 days before the Super Bowl happened, I got a DM from a young lady. Her name escapes me. She was like, hey man, we're with City Gear's throwing a party for the Just Gotta Believe. So they Gotta Believe Deion Sanders, all black with the gold.
Yeah.
And they sent me the joint with the box, and the shades and the helmet. I was like, and I don't even really wear all black shoes, but boy, I put them to pavement, dog. That is a really comfortable shoe, man. But I was so like,
what's that moment, bro? Like, how does that even feel? You doing your passion brought you closer to another passion.
It's crazy, bro. It's the wildest. It's the meeting of two worlds that I love oh so much, and it's so cool because it's like, and it was funny. They sent me and a few other guys a shoe, but I was the only one that wore it at the party that they invited me to. It was crazy. But anyway, it's so nuts.
I've been judging too. I'd have been like,
I was like,
didn't you get them?
You feel? Because it's like, because I know I'm gonna be one of 50 people with the shoe on.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, so now it's like, who gonna flip it the best? Who could put the best fit on? But I was the only person with them on. I was like, this is kind of cool actually. And everybody kept looking at my feet like, why he got them? I'm like, cause I'm me, baby.
Yeah,
what you mean? Yeah, I'm from here, uptown.
For the NOLA, baby.
I'm from here. It's me. But like that type of thing, it brings it back around for me because it's like I stayed myself the whole time. I didn't do anything weird. I didn't compromise or switch up. I stayed myself. It took a little longer, but now we're here. And when things in my city happen and things around my city happen, people reach out and want us to be a part of it. And that's why I always tell Cass, like Cass asks me a lot, like, how do you get, people ask me this question. Think about this, man. How do you get as big as you are? Dude, that's the most open-ended question of all time. I have no idea how to answer that.
Like, what do you
mean, like my arms, dude? Like, I pretty toned, but like I have big arms. I'm no John Cena, but like, nah, bro. Like, you just gotta work. You work hard. You stick to what you do, right? Always look for ways to progress without looking crazy and thirsty.
Exactly.
and just stick with it, bro.
Yeah.
And then if you're good, I live by, if you work really hard at what you do, do it for a really long time, and you're really good at it, success is gonna come.
Yeah,
it's inevitable, bro.
For sure, man.
Yeah, I mean, so
we're both testaments of that, right?
1,000%,
like
man.
We started with this idea, and we continue to push through. You know,
Come
like
on, man.
I think if you like it, when you do your talk tomorrow, I think the biggest thing you should definitely instill in these kids is that, you know, perseverance does happen. It can look like it's dark right now. You're in the darkest tunnel that you can be in, but there will eventually a light will show if you just keep walking. Don't just stop. It's
the realest thing ever, dog. I mean, man, I got put through the ringer, bro. Like, pandemic really sucked, and for me to be able to bounce back from that is crazy.
Yeah.
And dude, my dream was to be a full-time rapper.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be a rapper for a living. That's all I ever wanted. And I did. I'm literally living my dream right now in this moment.
Now, man.
Everything else is lanyard. You know, now I want to level up. I want to do all these things. But I'm living my dream, bro.
Exactly.
It took 15 years, but I did it.
Yeah.
You know? And so like, and I see that for people. I know that it's possible. Maybe everybody won't get there. But man, you can truly engage in what you love and have a beautiful relationship with it, no matter what, even if it is full-time or it's part-time, whatever, you can engage in what you want to do. You just got to love it, bro. And because I would still do this if I wasn't doing it full-time.
Right,
because I was doing it and I wasn't doing it full-time, you know? I didn't make money until like 7 years into my career, man. Like, I really love this thing. And so I always tell cats that all the time, man. Just push, bro. Just push. And if you truly love it, you don't even have to ask me the question you asking me right now. You gonna do it regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, nah, man, Nike sent me something. It was tight.
That's fire, bro. Man, yo, look, shout out to the fam at Unheard of, because, you know, we got the Piggy pork chop runners on. You know what I mean? Like,
they actually got some really dope Adidas, bro. The one they dropped, was it the Rivalry Low?
The grandma
couch?
Yeah.
With the friends and family joint?
Yeah. It was
crazy.
You talking about the building bridges? Building
Yeah,
bridges is fire, man.
bruh.
And then they had different suitcases. Yo, shout out to Phil and the gang at Unheard of. Shout out to Adidas fam that I met out there too. Shout out to everybody that pulled up too. Shout out Key. Shout out Key, Genevieve. I gotta name all the ladies because I felt like I only named nothing but the dudes.
Fact, talk about it.
So Key, Genevieve, Jixie, you know, E, Miss Jones, shout out Miss Jones, and everybody else. I'm sorry if I missed you. But let everybody know where to find you.
You can find me at Underdog Central.
Yes, sir.
UNDERDOGCENTRAL. SaxKixAve, SaxKixAve is much better and easier to spell than it is to say.
Yes, sir.
SaxKixAve. Just Google us, man. You can go on Instagram with all the things, right? SaxKixAve, Alfred Banks. We got some really cool things in the works, man. I'm super excited about it, man.
Exclusive?
Huh?
We get it.
Oh yeah, so like, you put me on the spot, yeah. I mean, shoot. What do I have that's really exclusive? Did I talk about the Philharmonic thing?
I think
I did. I ain't got nothing exclusive. Damn. I ain't got nothing for you.
No new album.
So we have a new project that's dropping, a solo album. It's called Yes the Month.
Okay.
It's about 75% done. Mixing needs to get done. But yeah, dude, Yes the Month. It's about using your past as a platform to build your future. It's like this idea was like, you know, people like to reminisce, and I'm very much a reminiscer.
Yeah, same.
It's not about staying in the past and living in the past. It's just about when you're feeling empty sometimes, going back to the past, using a little bit of that, what you've done, to inspire you to get to the next thing. And so that's what Yes the Month is all about. Fire. It's a dope project, man. I don't think there's gonna be no features on there. It's gonna be all me. But shout out to my dog, Liam Nissan. He's out of Sacramento. Yeah, he's look him up, man. Yeah. He's hilarious. Liam Nissan, man. That dude is really hilarious. And he's a very big sneakerhead. And you should probably have him on this podcast because he's going extra viral right now.
Oh yeah.
Outside of that though, he is a head.
Yeah.
Actually, I met him because of the Charles Hamilton forums back in G.
Yeah.
And that dude is a sneaker head, man. Whenever I go to Sacramento, I linked up with him, and man, we could just run it for hours, dog. And he's an incredible producer. So yeah, he introduced me to a few guys up there in Sacramento, DiBiase and a few other guys and stuff, and great guy. Anyway,
shout out DiBiase, man.
Yeah, facts, incredible. So he's Liam Neeson is producing the whole joint. So that's the next project we got coming out the month. That's gonna be tight. I also have a new single dropping in a few weeks.
By the time this comes out,
featuring.
I'll put it in the description.
Definitely, man. Featuring a Pale song. It's called "Get Back." I'm super excited about that. It's my first solo record in a while. It's gonna be super tight. So yeah.
You know where to find me. I am Who Is Hustle on social medias. Follow the podcast at My First Kicks Pod. If you have a My First Kick story, hit me up. info@myfirstkicks.com. I don't know if I should announce this on here. Nah, I'm not going to announce it. Next week, I'll announce something pretty cool. And then if you have just been listening to this, because apparently a lot of my podcast listeners are listeners and not watchers. We're on YouTube trying to hit that 1K. Probably by the time this comes out, I'll be at 1K on YouTube. So hit that subscribe. At My First Kicks on YouTube. And shirts, I think we should have the new one up on the website. So if you're listening to this and you got to the end of this, and I'm proud of you, you got to the end of this, go cop a shirt. Go cop a shirt. Help your boy out trying to get rid of those so we can get some new ones in.
Talk about it.
And you know what we say each week? Wear your kicks. Peace.